What's up, everybody? This is Classic Tycoon here, and we're back for another member showcase. So today we're going to be showcasing Ruler of Monkeys. He is my newest member, and he sent me a couple of parks, which I think is great. And I'll go and I'm going to talk about that for a moment, or in a moment. But let's just kind of check out this park a little bit. So I'm not sure which scenario this is. I think this is one of the scenarios that you get in the game, but I really like what he's done with it. We're only in October year 4 here, and he's got a lot going on in this park, so he's got a lot accomplished in not very much time at all. But yeah, I like this park a lot, so I'm gonna take you on a little tour here. I just kind of glanced through the park myself, and there's a couple definitely some highlights that I'd like to look at in here. So the first thing we have here is this Super Soaker slide. Some pretty good ratings. I like the way it goes in and out of the ground. I think one of my favorite parts about this whole park here is this junior roller coaster. I thought it was really cool. It's called Hiccup, it looks like, and I like the way that it kind of wraps through the park. And so let's look at that one and highlight this one for a minute here. So if you guys have been watching my channel for the past month or so, I've been doing these member showcases, and most of the members so far have sent me just roller coasters, which is fine. You can go ahead and do that if you become a member. But I really do like this park showcase idea. I like these parks a lot, so if you guys are a member, feel free to send me your parks as well, if there's any that you're particularly proud of that you'd like me to see. So that was Hiccup. Okay. A couple other highlights in here. We do have a side friction roller coaster. We've got a steeplechase in here. I like how compact all of this is. Some pretty good ratings on these roller coasters. He definitely did a lot with the little amount of space that he had here. Let's check out the ratings of the side friction roller coaster there. It's looking pretty good. And then definitely just some, obviously some standard rides put around the park. He's got a little golf course down in there as well. But yeah, I think it's all nice and compact. We've got Bon Nouvelle. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a pun off of Lake Bonneville, but that's some pretty good ratings there on that splash ride for sure. Yeah, I like what you've done with the park. Looks pretty good. Looks like he had a lot of fun here. This is my favorite part, I think, of the whole park. Is the crack house. That made me laugh when I first saw it for sure, and I like that there's just this long line to get in the crack house, and that there's an elephant walking around in the line. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, you made me laugh. Good job, dude. But yeah, really good looking park. I definitely enjoyed looking at it, so thank you for sending me this park. Now, another thing about the members, if you guys want to send me parks, is I can actually look at the parks on my Mac. When I'm doing showcases and it's just roller coasters, I have to import them in my phone because for some reason RCT Classic on my Mac will not open roller coaster files, and I've tried to figure it out. I have no idea what the problem is, but the parks will load really easily and really well. Another interesting thing I found on this park is that for some reason it's locked in the prices of the rides that are in the park, and I can actually increase the price of the park entry, but the ride prices are locked in. And I thought that was really weird the way that worked out. So must be something about the way that the park was imported or exported. You can see that's locked in at 560. Anyways, the second park that Ruler sent me here is his version of the Panda World scenario. I haven't played Panda World myself, but it's a nice, just flat park. Really good for building is what it looks like to me. Really straightforward. It does start out with this this Panda roller coaster in the middle here. The junior roller coaster that you see here. And so yeah, he did not build that one. That one comes pre-built in the game. It looks a lot like the Mango Muncher. I'll show you that in a second here. But it looks a lot like one of those pre-built roller coasters that you can actually put in your parks normally. So here's what I'm talking about. Oh, sorry, never mind. I guess it's Crazy Caterpillar, not Mango Muncher. Looks quite a bit like that. I guess it's not exactly the same, but it's actually a pretty good looking pre-built roller coaster. I would definitely keep that in the park as well if it was me, for sure. But there's definitely some good highlights that we can cover in this park as well. The first one I want to look at here is this corkscrew roller coaster that he's put in here. I like the just kind of random pandas out there that he's added all throughout the park. I think it's pretty funny. He definitely likes to utilize this steep hill lift idea. That saves a lot of space when you're building your roller coasters, so that the roller coaster doesn't just go straight out. So pretty smart idea sometimes. A lot of his roller coasters as well have these interlocking loops, which are great. They really increase the excitement rating of your rides by quite a bit. And having the roller coaster, do loops over itself and corkscrews like you see there, does help excitement ratings a lot. So if you guys don't already, you should definitely utilize that when you're building your rides. The next one here, we've got a spinning wild mouse. A good excitement rating, a little bit high of an intensity rating. You can see the max lateral G's are in the red there. But it's just barely in the red for intensity ratings. Just, 0.6 lower, I think it would be in the black. So maybe a little bit. I can't remember at what rating it goes into the red. But right here, I think, is kind of the area that is causing the lateral G problem. It's tough with the wild mouses, whether it's spinning or regular, to get a good, amount of balance in them, because a lot of times you'll get a low excitement rating and a low intensity rating, or you'll get a high excitement rating and a high intensity rating. So I was just checking out the stats on that and seeing what was going on. But looks pretty good. Definitely a usable roller coaster. Over here, he's got a lot going on underground. So let's go into our options and let's take an underground view. And he's got 2 rides here that go underground next to each other. He's got a mine train coaster, or a mine ride or something. I can't remember what the name of that one is. And then the splash boats here. So let's take a look at this one. Some pretty good ratings there. We'll watch this one test. And I guess I'll do a little plug here. If you guys would like to be a member of my channel, I'll leave a link in the description. I'll just say it is a paid membership, but it's really cheap. But it helps me out a lot. So if you guys would consider that, if you guys like the content on my channel, and you have, a little bit of, if you guys would be interested in that, it really does help me out a lot. But don't feel any pressure by any means to do that. I'm going to make the same amount of content whether I have 0 members or however many people sign up. So, but I really do appreciate my members a lot. This This splash boat is honestly one of the higher excitement rating splash boats that I've seen. So well done with this one, Ruler. I think that turned out really good for you. I really, really like this dinghy slide setup that you've got here. I like kind of the racing dinghy slides here, the black and white panda theme, and I like that one of them is more of an open tubing and the other one's a closed tubing. I thought it worked really well, and again, I just really like the look of it, and that you know, it is the same ride. It's not two separate rides here. It's the same ride with two different station platforms. So looking really good for sure. Probably a little bit long of lines for dinghy slides. I know people can get really fussy in those dinghy slide lines. So either I didn't see I don't see any entertainers in those lines, so I don't know if people are getting upset or anything about that, but some really good ratings right there on these slides as well, for sure. So well done there. We do have a inverted impulse coaster here. These things can get pretty crazy, but they're also very simple rides, so that looks pretty good. Some pretty good ratings on that as well. And then I think this is kind of the highlight of the whole thing, and that's these two roller coasters right here. 3 station platforms, 2 roller coasters, and yeah, let's go ahead and just watch them for a moment. I'm gonna just hit the middle one, but we'll be able to see everything here. So obviously the biggest highlight of these 3 roller coasters is that crazy, you know, triple interlocking loops in the middle there. And yeah, so the biggest roller coaster, the one that is the 2 tracks on the outside, is the Big Logs Inc., and the Mid Logs Inc. is the middle roller coaster. And you can see how high the ratings are on these things. I think very well done, especially with the fact that the Big Logs is so long because it has 2 different station platforms. So I actually think you've done a good job of keeping those ratings in a rideable range. So it's not too high of an intensity rating that guests just absolutely won't ride it. It's still in the very high area. It's very difficult to get wooden roller coasters to work out this well with these loops. I've tried building wooden roller coasters with loops, and sometimes I just give up and take the loops out because they will increase the intensity rating so much. So good job there. Very interesting, and I really like the look of that. That's really cool. The triple interlocking loops. That's pretty crazy. Really, really cool. Definitely, I think, the highlight of this whole thing. So there you have it, guys. This has been Ruler of Monkeys, couple of parks, and I enjoyed looking through them. Thanks for the submission. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give me a like. Thank Ruler of Monkeys for sending this in so that we could enjoy looking at his parks. If you're interested in being a member, I will leave a link in the description below. Again, thanks so much for watching, everybody. I'll catch you all in the next video.